In example 1, we're asked to identify the number of terms, coefficients, and constant terms in the following expressions. There's a couple different ways to do these, but let's just do this the first way here that I'm thinking, and that is to take the original expression and then we'll write down the number of terms, coefficients, and constants. In the future, you may see this where you'll be asked to simplify first, and then you'll be asked to state the number of terms, coefficients, and constants as well. But let's just go with the first way there. Let's go with just the number of terms here. So if we look at the number of terms, what I like to do is I like to look at my positive and negative signs, and I've got 3 of them here. And those 3 signs are separating this expression into 4 parts, and here's how that happens. Put a little squiggly line here just to the left of each one of the signs. And what this is doing is this is dividing up all of the terms for us. This is a great tool if you can understand this method and how to do this for solving equations and combining like terms and all sorts of things. So if we count the terms now, we've got 1, there's a 3x. Remember, a term is a number, a variable, or the product of a number and a variable. So we've got 3 and x here, that's 1 term. Negative 4 is a term, negative 6x is a term, and positive 2 is also a term. So there's 4 terms for this one. We need to identify the coefficients. So when we identify coefficients, we want to look for the terms that have a variable in them to begin with. So 3x is one of those, and we're going to write down 3 only. A coefficient, co meaning together, that is referring to the number part only, where you have a term with a number and a variable in it. So 3 is a coefficient, and then also negative 6 here is a coefficient as well. 3 and negative 6 are coefficients. The constant terms here, the ones that don't have a variable or something that varies with it, that would be negative 4 and positive 2. So we've got negative 4 and positive 2, and those are known as constants. Part 2 here of example 1 is very similar to the first one. We've got y, it doesn't matter, it's a different variable, that's fine. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to look at our positive here and negative signs. We've got 4 signs, but if we look to the left of this plus sign here, we really don't, I mean, you could put a little division here, but there's nothing over here on this side of the expression. So I would just take those signs and then put a little squiggly mark just to the left of them. You can see here that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 terms then. This one has just the same amount as the last one. If we look for the coefficients, our eyes are going to turn towards the terms with the variable, so negative 7y and negative 6y. We want the number parts only, so we've got negative 7 here and negative 6 for the negative 6y. We don't want the variables here. Coefficient, that's referring to the number part or the quantity part. Now we've got our constants, so we'll state that those are coefficients here before we move on, or else I might forget. And then we'll go with our constants, so the terms that don't have a variable would be positive 8 and negative 13, and those are our constants.